What's good? What's good? What's good, folks? Thank you for attending Voice of the Fans podcast. Thank you guys for joining me. Please join me in the chat. I'm gonna be by myself tonight, so I'm gonna need some assistance. I'm gonna need some help. Why don't you guys join in? If you're watching, tune in. Join in the show. Join the live chat. Click on the link I sent out. Join the show. But because this is week 207 of the Voice of the Fans podcast, and this is the eve of the NFL season. So we got we're gonna go heavy on the NFL, obviously, because it's the eve of the season. And then we're gonna touch on a bunch of topics. But again, I need your help tonight. I need your help tonight hosting the show. I will be by myself, so click on the link, join me, join the live chat if you want to talk about anything specific. And let's have some fun tonight. Again, NFL, it's the eve of the NFL season, so we've been waiting a long time for this. So we're gonna have some. I'm gonna go through my picks. I'm gonna go through Cleveland's picks. I'm gonna show you how our picks are done. Each and every week we make our picks. I'm gonna show you what picks are made. But we're gonna talk about the NBA season. The NBA is obviously having their Hall of Fame weekend, so that's pretty dope. We're going to also talk about boxing, some combat sports stuff. We got, what do we have? Jake Paul taking on Anderson Silva. I want to know what you guys think about that. Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. Is this, I mean, he's stepping up his fight. Anderson Silva was better than Tyrone Woodley, right? So do we give him a little bit more credit for taking on Anderson Silva, even though Anderson Silva has got to be 50 by now, right? Because he was old when he was fighting. So, and when he was a champion, he got to be about 50 right now. So I don't know. You tell me where he is. We're going to talk about Andy Ruiz. Did you guys see Andy Ruiz beat up on Ortiz? I hope you didn't pay pay-per-view for that, because that was not worth the pay-per-view. I was trying to find it on Showtime. That was not a pay-per-view fight, but he did knock out Ortiz and has the nerve to call out Wilder. What do you guys think about that? So we're going to get to all that. But first and foremost, it is week, as I mentioned, September 7th, 2022, week 206 of the Voice of the Fans podcast. And how we start off each and every week, we start off with our numbers game. So with it being September 7th, the number 7, first person to come on my mind is John Elway, who wore it best. You know, I went down here in the Southeast, so many would say Mike Vick, but come on, John Elway and actually took his team to 5 Super Bowls. So John Elway clearly gets a nod in that category. The number 6, I mean, we're going to go 206. I mean, there's no discussion needed. Number 6, who are that number best, is Julius the Dr. Irving. It's without question. So that's how that goes. Fellas, ladies, sports fans, it is NFL football is around the corner. Tomorrow we got NFL action. But I want to know, can somebody answer the question for me? Does Lamar Jackson actually start the season without a deal? Does he actually play on Sunday? I'm curious as to why. I don't know why he's going through this by himself. Hopefully he's getting, I would say hopefully he's getting some decent support, some decent advice, but the advice would be sign with an agent. The advice would have your agent, have your lawyer handle this contract situation. It's not like you're broke, man. You're not. Your agent isn't gonna take a percentage of your money, sure enough. But bro, you're not going down there to sign for $100 an hour, bro. You about to go make $250 million. I guess you don't need an agent to tell you to give you $250 million. Their number should start at 231, just $1 or $100 over what Cleveland paid Deshaun Watson. I guess that's what you say your number starts at. And I guess you don't need a lawyer to get that $231 million, but a lawyer should be worth the $19 million. And then do you pay him a percentage of that. I mean, come on, get the deal done, man. That's how you get the deal done. Versus kind of, I applaud you wanting to do it on your own, but come on, man. There's too many loopholes. We're talking big business. Every big conglomerate runs over the little guy. So why would you expect it to be any different? Um, get yourself a lawyer, get an agent, and go get the deal done. Do you guys expect the Rams to repeat? I don't know. I don't expect the Rams to repeat, but they do have Bobby Wagner to behind Aaron Donald, and they have a secondary with a lot of weapons. They have the offense and Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford, whichever receiver is going to step up and take the credit or take the shine, because Cooper Kupp will be double teamed. He was last year, but he will be double teamed even more this season. So who's going to step up and take advantage of the opportunities of the ball coming his way? We'll see who does that. Will it be Jefferson from the Rams? Will it be the tight end? Who knows? Are they going to get a consistent running game? That's my concern with their consistent running game. Their line has shown some improvement. When they went out, I think they won the Super Bowl on defense, but their line has shown some improvement. Can they get their running going? Is that even important to Sean McVay anymore, since he doesn't have a back like Gurley? Does he want to let Stafford just throw it all over the field? Who knows? We'll see what plays out tomorrow. And I will go with the Rams. I believe I'm picking the Rams in that game. The Steelers. Starting Matt Trubisky. What do you guys think about that? Is that a good move for the Steelers? With a rookie being there by week 8, 9, or 10? Who knows? It's just as mind-boggling as Seahawks starting or not going after Baker Mayfield earlier in the summer, not going after Jimmy G when they had the opportunity, and deciding to roll with Geno Smith. That's what the Seahawks are doing. I'm not quite confident about that specific position. So, fans, give me a moment. I'm gonna pull up right now our pick segments for this week, and I want to show you guys kind of how we do our picks. Let you pull you behind the curtain a little bit, if you will. Each and every season, we do our picks, as you guys already know, because we talk about them incessantly. Become a big position for big opportunity for fodder. So here, okay, let me label this properly. 2022 picks. I should have this done, but I was preparing. Here we go. So now I'm gonna show you guys this. Those who are paying attention, I'm gonna show you our pick segments and how this works and what we look at each and every week, and then we just kind of grade ourselves. So I'm gonna show you two things. There we go. So here we go. Share screen. Share. Windows. Okay, just now here. Want to make sure. Okay, there we go. So this is our picks. This is our list, our pick list for each and every week. We use this list to make our picks, and I just want to show it to you guys and pull you guys behind the curtain a little bit. But this is it. So these are our picks for each and every week. So Cleveland, I have my picks. Cleveland makes his picks. We go against here's the spread. So here's a list of all the games that's going down this week. Here's our picks against the spread, and then this populates it. It's a running tally for the whole season, and then we have our confidence pick. So we pick 5 games, and we rank those games and give them confidence. So, as an example, I have Indy. I gave them 1 point in my confidence pick. They're playing some bums. They're playing the Texans. So I'm confident they're going to beat the Texans, but I'm only 1 point confident that they'll beat the Texans. San Francisco, on the other hand, the most confident San Francisco is going to beat the Bears. Okay, the most confident Denver is going to be Seattle. Most confident Tampa Bay is going to be the Cowboys, and then Baltimore is going to beat the Jets. I think they're playing. Yeah, so that's my confidence picks, and they grade accordingly. So again, we tally up these points at the end of the season, or we just keep a running tally during the season and see kind of how we're doing. And now I'm gonna go back to last year and let you guys see. Let me click on this last year and I'll let you guys see kind of how we finished up the season. So what is this, week 17? So after week 17, I think there was 18 weeks in the season right here. This goes on into the playoffs. So guys, if you're following us, you'll see this happen. Again, it happens we do it every week. It's a big part of the show. Um, but here's our picks from last season, and then here's how we finished the season. So again, our picks and then who wins, we get a point for every win. So what we do is the final week of the season was 56%. But the picks against the spread, Cleveland won the picks against the spread last season. Okay. He had 34 picks right. He actually won, the total number of picks he got correct was 63%. The total number of picks he got correct for the season, 181 at 66%. Okay. And then I won the confidence picks. So he won 2 of the 3 categories. He said he's going to win a trifecta this year. It hasn't been done. But then that's how we look at ourselves. So you can see for the year, for the full entire season, my picks were 65. I was 65% correct on my picks. Cleveland was 66%, just barely. Again, that's for the season. So a couple picks here and there, I could be around the 70-80% mark. I think that's rather impressive. Just on straight up picks. Picks against, now here's my confidence picks. I was at 80% in my confidence picks. So again, how I just ran down who I got coming up this week, that was my confidence pick for the season, for the entire season. So this is what we do. This is what we look at. Again, add more banner to the show. These are just some of the things that we go through each game. And again, here's our score. We pick 3 games a week, our points against the spread, our picks against the spread, excuse me, and then our confidence pick. So we do it each week. So now let me go back to this season. Then I'm gonna tell you. So I got the Dolphins over the Patriots. I'm feeling really good about what these Dolphins are talking about, man. What's everything? The word on these Dolphins is that Mike McDaniels, and how I look at this, can Mike McDaniels make Jimmy G the left-handed? Can make Mike McDaniels make Tua Tagovailoa the left-handed Jimmy G? As a Dolphin fan, what Jimmy G has done over the last 3 years, I would be ecstatic if the Miami Dolphins were able to get that production from Jimmy G, get to the Super Bowl, 2 AFC championships. I'd be ecstatic if that was to happen. I don't think that's going to happen, but I would be ecstatic if that were to happen. I personally think by week 6, Teddy Bridgewater might be starting for the Miami Dolphins. The Seahawks and the Broncos are going to pummel those guys. Russell's coming back to town. It's not even going to be close. I got Seattle winning that game. What do you guys think? Who do you got? Yeah, your boy's off tonight, man. Your boy decided to go, Ninja, what's good with you? Your boy decided to go have a fantasy draft on tonight. So no Cleveland tonight. Roller coaster. What's good? What's good? So chime in, hit the link. Ninja, give me an email address. I'll send you the link, man. So you can join the show. You might as well join the show. You on every week. You chime in every week. You join it, send me an email, I'll get you on the show. So I got the Broncos over the Rams. Or excuse me, I got the Bills. I took the Rams over the Bills. Cleveland got the Buffalo. I got the Rams at home over the Bills. I got the Saints over Atlanta. For some reason, he's on Atlanta, and he never liked Marcus, but now Marcus in Atlanta for some reason. We both got San Francisco. We both got the Bengals. We both got the Eagles. Both got the Ravens. So we're pretty lockstep here for most of the week, except for that New Orleans is going to be huge, and That LA Buffalo game is going to be huge. So in my top three games, like are the must see this week for me. Obviously, we got to everybody's going to tune in to see the Rams and the Bills, or the Bills and the Rams, because that's the number one game of the that's the first game of the year. Everybody want to see that game, right? Um, but there's really a lot of dud games. With the most exciting game is going to be the Chargers and the Raiders going to LA. See if the Chargers can get that rematch. That's after the Dolphins and the Patriots. You want to see if Tua Tagovailoa is a real deal. The Raiders and Chargers is going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a big game. Again, the division rivalry. There's some animosity there. We want to see what they're able to do. Um, so that'll be my second game to watch. My third game to watch, kind of excited to want to see if what Baker is going to do versus the Browns, or if the Browns can get to Baker. I kind of want to see that. Is that more intriguing than what? Is that more intriguing than Russell Wilson going back to Seattle? Russell Wilson going back to Seattle, game's going to be over in the second quarter, so it's not a game that you really want to tune into. A game that has historical rivalry and concern is going to be the Packers and the Vikings. Is Aaron Rodgers? How does he play without? How does he play without Adams? And then where are the Vikings at? Are they ready? Would they have a new coaching staff? Where's their defense at? Are they ready to compete for that division for real? Can they throw Green Bay? Can throw some marbles on the floor? Are they ready to compete in that division for real? We'll see. I don't know. Who knows? And that's the kind of the question thing. Obviously, their quarterback is questionable, 50% guy at best. Um, the running back Dalvin Cook, can he stay healthy? He's great. He's top 2, 3, 4 running backs in the game as long as he can stay healthy. Dalvin Cook. They have a nice receiving core. But where are the Vikings? So I'm gonna put that as my third game. So to watch. So you must watch the Dolphins and the Patriots to see how that offense transpires of the Dolphins, to see how Tyreek Hill meshes with Tua Tagovailoa. You got to watch the Raiders go to Los Angeles, play essentially a home game in LA against the Chargers. And how did the Chargers come out? This is Herbert's third year, and does Herbert have pressure on him? Any of you guys can answer that question for me. Does Herbert have pressure on him this season to get his team to the playoffs? Answer that question for me. I'm eager to answer. I asked him that question earlier in the preseason. He said no, there's no pressure, but I think there might be some pressure. So those are the top three games that are must see. So I gave you guys a look in. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I gave you guys a look in at how we do our picks at each and everything that we're tracking. So I can show you guys that week after week, so you guys can keep up. But you already saw that Cleveland beat me last week with 66%. I'm at 65% pick percentage. So tells you I know what I'm talking about at least. And I can get the numbers right. And then we track it. We track this stuff, guys. So if you want to join in and have some fun, you guys are more than welcome to, because this tracked. The old saying goes, what gets tracked get count. So this counts and it gets tracked. So I want to again, I gave you guys my top three games that you want to see this season. We talked about our pick segment. In the games we meant. We talked about our pick segment and how that goes down. So, what games I'm interested to hear from you guys? What games are you looking forward to seeing this season? Um, what games are you looking forward to uh, watching tomorrow? Let me know. I'm eager. I'm eager to know. If you have some games that I overlooked, let me know, because what games are you guys eager to see? Because I'm eager to watch, obviously all games, but what games are you eager to see? That's what I want to know. So fans, let's jump into the NBA topics. First order of business is Patrick Beverly signs with the Lakers last week, right? Everybody know that was already that was already comical in itself. But then Patrick Beverly signs with the Lakers. He has a press conference today in typical Pat Beverly fashion. He walks into every having been in the um, locker rooms with them, in the media, in the interview rooms with them. He greets every reporter. Hello, how are you guys doing? Good day, good evening, depending on obviously what time it is. And in typical fashion, go see Miriam Swanson's Twitter. You'll see him walk in and greeted her. Nobody said anything. Everybody's looking for Pat Beverly to be contentious, but he greets everybody by saying hello. Nobody responds at first, and then he comes back with the hello, people. I said hi, and then everybody start kind of under the breath. Oh, hello, Pat. But that Pat's that type of guy. Pat's a realist, actually. He's a real type of guy, and we'll see how he impacts the Lakers. Is he putting the Lakers over the is he putting the Lakers over, putting them over the hump because they got Patrick Beverly? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm just saying Pat's going to he's a good locker room guy, and there's going to be some advantages to him. But I think the Lakers are trolling Russell Westbrook, and I wonder how that's going to play out. I'm going to get my man Jovan on the show, and he's going to tell us how that plans out. He's the only one, Jovan is the only one that said that there's a potential that they might send Russell home, which I don't think that's a good idea. I'm eager to hear him explain that logic, but we'll talk about that hopefully next week, sometime next week, or we might do a surprise pop up with Jovan. But that's the deal. Did you guys watch Sue Bird, her last game, when Chelsea Gray essentially sent her home? That's essentially what happened. Chelsea Gray was cash the other night, just cash in, cash out, essentially sent the Seattle Storm home. Sue Bird, folks, are you guys aware of who Sue Bird is and what she's done in the WNBA? After winning 2 championships at college, right? Sue Bird came out and win 4 WNBA championships, right? Also, she got 5 gold medals. That's 9 championships. If you count the 2 she has in college, that's 11 championships, plus FIFA championships. I mean, this girl is absolutely balling in her career. So kudos to Sue Bird for her for retiring and then her accomplishment. But I got to big up Chelsea Gray and wonder what's going on in WNBA where Chelsea Gray does not make the All-Star game. Huh? I should have had a Sabrina Merchant come on here and talk to me about that. In fact, I'm gonna do that next week. Sabrina, what's up? I ain't talked to you in a while, but I know you holding the women down. Why? How did Chelsea Gray not make the WNBA All-Star game? That's concerning to me. So Sabrina Merchant, go ahead, follow her on Twitter. She's covering all women's sports out in LA. So good work out of her. This weekend we have the NBA announces their their Hall of Fame inductees. So we got Tim Hardaway, UTEP two-step killer crossover, Manu Ginobili, the inventor of the Euro step. We got Seattle Sonics head coach George Karl, Hugh Evans, Marianne Staley, Lindsay Whalen, Lou Hudson, Larry Costello, Del Harris, former NBA head coach, Teresa Shank Gretz, and Radivov Kyrak joining the NBA Hall of Fame. If you make a couple buckets in the NBA, you can probably join the team. So join the NBA or join the Basketball Hall of Fame. That's what it is. You just make a couple buckets in somebody's league because their Hall of Fame is so lenient. The NBA Hall of Fame. Somebody like Tracy McGrady gets in. Your Hall of Fame is so lenient. I like Dion's comment the other day. I need a different color jacket because everybody getting in ain't on the same level. And that was his comment, was so cold, and that it made so much sense. So, but we'll go through this next week. I'm gonna see if I can get Cleveland's feedback on Who should be in the NBA or who should be in the Basketball Hall of Fame that is not in the Basketball Hall of Fame? I'm gonna say somebody like Tom Chambers should be in the Basketball Hall of Fame. I'm gonna say somebody like Jack Sikma should be in the NBA Hall of Fame. Two different guys used to play for the Sonics at two different eras, but does Mark Price belong in the Hall of Fame? I mean, the NBA Hall of Fame is so lenient; all these guys should get in. But what do you guys think? You guys let me know. Am I being ridiculous by saying a guy like Tom Chambers should get in the NBA? I don't think so. I think Tom Chambers deserves to get in the NBA. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. As with Jack Sikma, the first big, what was it? Stretch four, because he was shooting jumpers from the elbow. He was shooting jumpers from the baseline his whole career. Had the perm, flap it. First it was a straight hair, but then he went to the stylist and had the perm, and the curls dangling around as he's doing his little patented back step and then a turnaround fadeaway. Jack Sikma was raw. And I don't think a lot of you guys know about Jack Sikma, but he should be in the Hall of Fame. In fact, Jack came in, I think it was a rookie of the year, and then won a championship in the second year. Chris Broussard, would you do? Y'all just don't know about Jack Sikma. We've been begging for that one for a while. Let's get on that one, Chris. Fans, we're going to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to touch on, again, Brittney Griner. We got some baseball topics. When getting to again, as I mentioned, we want to get into the situation, combat sports topics. We got a few things I want to bring up about them. So I'm going to take a quick break, fans. And when we come back, I want you guys to join us. So hold tight. All right, fans. I'm just trying to get some information on these Mariners. What do you guys think about these Mariners? I know Cleveland been trying to bog you guys down all season long, but talk about the Mariners, the Mariners, the Mariners. What do you guys think of the Mariners? Are the Mariners going to make the playoffs? They lost today, but do you guys expect the Mariners to make the playoffs? You tell me, and I'd like to know. I don't know. But as of right now, though, there's 77 games. I mean, they're 13 away from 90, and that's to be their benchmark. They haven't done that in a while. Last week, so currently there's 77 games. They're 10 and a half games back, and they're 8-2. So they're on a little run again. 8-2 of their last 10 games. So kudos to the Mariners for doing their thing, staying above water. Cleveland is praying to death that they make the playoffs, y'all. He's hoping like death. Obviously Brittney Griner still over there in Russia. I don't know. Is it a fair trade? Do we make the trade for the arms dealer for a WNBA basketball player? Is that a fair trade? Or are they just Americans and Russians and we just send them back home? Well, we don't know. The kind of tricky situation. Jake Paul takes on Anderson Silva. It was announced today that in Phoenix, they're going to have their combat. I'll tell you right now when they're fighting exactly. But in Phoenix, they're going to have their fight here coming up shortly. Let me see here. Is Saturday, October 29. Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva, a pay-per-view, or you're going to fight it at the Gala River Arena. Again, is this a matchup for Jake Paul? Is this a convincing matchup for Jake Paul? I would say, I'm going to start with this. I would say that Anderson Silva is more formidable than Tyron Woodley, right? We can agree with that. but Tyron Woodley was in his 30s. Anderson Silva, the stats may say 45. Let me see how it is, but Anderson Silva got to be 50. I mean, come on. He got to be 50. So is this a quality matchup? For that reason, no. He needs to. I think the quality matchup would be for Jake Paul to find somebody in his weight class. So I think he's 215, 220. So it's a heavyweight, right? Or super heavyweight. His same age. You beat somebody in your weight class, your same age, then I'm convinced, Jake Paul. Then I will be convinced. Until then, you fighting these guys who's old and past their prime. I mean, so he gets some money. Anderson Silva probably gets a few dollars out of it. Kudos to him. But let me see how how old is Anderson Silva? How old is Silva? No, we gotta put Anderson in there to specify it. How old is Anderson Silva? Anderson Silva is 47 years old. So Anderson Silva, I think, has nearly 20 years on Jake Paul. But let me tell you something. Your body at 47 don't respond like it did at 27. So once again, there's an advantage that he has there. Jake Anderson Silva, I doubt, is going to be able to grapple or use his legs, which again is going to take off. Cuts off 50% of his arsenal by taking away your kicks. That's taking away 50% of his arsenal, and now he's only throwing punches. I don't think he was ever considered a knockout puncher, but we'll see. I do recall him having some um, amazing hand-eye coordination. But we'll see how it transpires with once you have to fight in the ring with this guy who's bigger and stronger coming at you, like Jake Paul does. Is he ready for the counterattack? We'll see. Ruiz Ortiz, did that mean anything to you? Did that win over Ortiz get Andrew Ruiz back in the conversation for a heavyweight championship? I don't think so. Much as I like Andy Ruiz, I don't think that clears the pathway for now him becoming an NBA or boxing champion, heavyweight, especially since there is Fury out there who will come out of retirement to fight anybody he can. Wilder, who's going to be fighting October 15th in Brooklyn, so he's already getting warmed up. I just don't know that that would be in that situation. I think Andy Ruiz is biting off way more than he can chew, trying to take on Deontay Wilder. Though we know Wilder's going to give him a chance because Wilder's going to be looking for the one punch, and if Andy can stay away from that, he can probably win a fight on points because Wilder's going to not win a fight on points. He's going to win a fight only on knockouts. So that's the difference there. That's what's up with Dion. If you have any questions about that. So Ruiz versus Ortiz, again, I didn't watch it. I didn't pay for it. I'm not interested in seeing it, actually. Man, I was able to blow through all my content pretty quick, fans. I like having somebody to bounce my stuff off of because it lasts longer. Where you guys at? Where you at, Ninja? Now I want to talk to you. You're gone, huh? Where you go, Ninja? Fans, you can find me at _ voice of the fans. That's at _ voice of the fans. This is your man Cam. We do the show. We do the show every Wednesday night. So every Wednesday night, you can moving forward for the rest of the season, you can see our pick segment. We'll talk about our pick segment. Talk about why he picked Carolina to beat the Broncos when he doesn't like the Panthers. So we talk about what happened, why he took the Falcons over New Orleans, and once I win, I'll just be essentially rubbing it in his face. So thank you guys for tuning in to Voice of the Fan podcast. Tune in next week for our next show. And then I hope all is well, you guys. Love, peace, and hair grease. Have a good one.